Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Your spokesman said that the unveiling would be in depth.
Easy.
What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear! Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief. I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, you know, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure. Oh, most certainly. Well, possibly they were trying to make her extremely uncomfortable, but I suppose killing her would also satisfy that criterion. The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, oh, most certainly. Well, possibly they were trying to make her extremely uncomfortable, but I suppose killing her would also satisfy. Conversations with Mr. Woolrich tend to spontaneously transform into monologues. You'll find him on the VIP guest. I'd best return to work, Inspector. Autopsies always whet my appetite, and all this talk of food is distracting.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcome. How may I be? I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you out... That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. You can now come and go as you please.
What? If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me.
We don't toss troublemakers out of airlocks. We just throw them over the edge.
You hear about that stunt with the woolly cows? That was great, wasn't it?
Beep, beep, beep. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from chemical analysis complete. This unit had oil, terroray, blood, terroray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroray. Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not... These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terroray biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to... You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the... Well, I didn't, you fool. It was in the script. Wait. Now that I think about it, you do smell rather like the Aether, old blood and Oh, no, this is curious indeed. Who are you? And how did you get in here? You're here to investigate me? Oh, I assure you, That was a quote from The Retiree's Revenge, in which I played an ex-thief turned decrepit old man, but of course I'm certain you... Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or... Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection. Ask me anything at all. Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most... I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted... Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer... None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of... How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that... Very... Oh? That, yes. Yes, I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints. I'm quite used to being... Oh, must I relive that ghastly event again? I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps... How was... Oh yes, I'm sure you must be overcome with emotion. Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew... In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep. Oh, it wasn't. And don't think I haven't picked up on your... Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another completely. I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character. All actors have their methods, and this has been mine ever since I met that. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. The director, needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns. Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really... Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with... Oh, come now, Inspector. I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower. I suppose that it...
Initiating banter protocol. Now greetings, theater aficionado and/or dumbstruck fan. You are standing in the vicinity. Burbage 3001 is impressed by your performance. My goodness, banter protocol exhausted. Reverting to default behavior. Grieving and All Burbage 3001 units have our hostility protocol disabled. Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherwave serial market. This unit's program Burbage 3001 anything. This unit has been programmed to simulate existential dread. Watch Burbage 3. This unit has not yet completed its grief cycles. Randomizing this. Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board-certified standards. This unit has not yet completed.
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Please, what can I... About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons? Except for the guys who came in first and second. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers. But now I'm all convalesced, ready to lay into some... Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Meet the fans. Just between you and me, Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event out of respect for Miss Helen. Oh, you must... It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me, and the... Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you... I'm ashamed to admit it, but... me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keen's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keen saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off. No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away? But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. That much I know. Oh, Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Birdie was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them. What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen. Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blunt honesty. What can I...
Mental note. Next time we got cows in the cargo bay, have a woolly cow party. Wonder how much they could drink.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum. An accurate observation, Inspector. This woolly cow is suffering from symptoms consistent with a hangover. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club. Insufficient data. A brief survey of localized property damage, divided by the area of this room, yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
Hey, what can... we sort of borrowed her from the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve while we were drunk. I have no idea how we managed to sneak her in here without... Don't worry, we'll return her safe and sound.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A single footprint, size 10, tossball cleat-sized. The soil in this residue contains a very high concentration. Well done, Inspector. The weather monitoring station at the pilot house substitutes for a terraformer. The soil in his footprint likely came from there. The charred fragments of a letter lies at the bottom of this wastebasket. Unfortunately, most of the writing is beyond recovery. The words station, meeting point, and emergency are all that can...
Well, glad.
What floor?
Sublight Underground appreciates your patronage.
You trying to get us all in trouble? Ugh. What do you think you're... do what you want, I guess.
Wow! You trying to get us all in trouble? What do you... Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
You, hear about the murder?
Sure. Can't imagine what it must be like, living down here like sprats in a wall.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please, just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door is stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
I was a few minutes late with room service earlier today. Guessed I was trying to serve shot at me with a revolver. I left the drink and ran.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%. Searching slug work logs. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of response. Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are...
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually, what am I saying? I can't do that. I'm booked for the next... You're the inspector? Here? Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important... Well... Oh my law, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients. Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I work? Well, I suppose that's as good. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking, and consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal. I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security... Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal. Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Let's not talk about the incident. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows? Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich simply enjoys the attention he gets from us. If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in him. Thank you for your understanding, Inspector.
Raptidon's here too. I appreciate the effort to make me feel at home, but you top rungers are fucking stupid.
Please, don't kill me.
Here we go.
Whew. Thanks for the help back there. I've actually... That's more than a little disconcerting, since I maxed out my medical allotment this month. That's what I call my boot. Still, I had to be alive to be able to go deaf later. I'm not sure if I actually hit any shots. I'm just as confused as you are. Someone should have been on shift to see them coming. Ms. Vargas would probably have a better idea of what happened. She's...
With us.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis concludes. The losing player used an overly cautious strategy that led to an insurmountable deficit in points. Slug discipline records show a half-dozen reports of illegal gambling in games of chance on company property. Perhaps there's evidence of an ante for this game?
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel?
We don't need that kind of notoriety. Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this. Come out! Come out to play! Wow, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Rizzo's
Black Hole Bertie hasn't been... If you have any...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a point. This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length, suggesting unauthorized.
I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. I used to watch Helen's serials.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms her additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma. Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground. Respiratory analysis concludes Evan was not intoxicated. There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector. Analysis concludes this blood medical records indicate Evan. Medical records indicate Amelia Stillwell's blood. If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the pilot house.
Inspector. Shit. That's fucking inconvenient. Well, What do you mean? If you didn't find evidence, you can tell you're... Without proof, I have to consider Evan's death an accident. Because frankly, I don't have time to consider it anything else. Thanks for chasing Evan down and saving me some legwork. Of course, a new day, a new pain in my ass.